at a little switch that I've made when it comes to the watches that I'm using for day-to-day use. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I've been doing ultra marathons for a couple of years now. And when I first started off, I had an Apple Watch that I bought maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, which I loved. It was great. I'm also a bedside nurse in the ICU, so having the Apple Watch was great for work as well as for running and getting into running at the time. But as I progressed and started getting into ultra marathons, the battery life just kind of stunk. And over time, the Apple Watch, the battery itself just wasn't lasting a full day, let alone for big events. So I decided to upgrade to a Garmin. The first Garmin that I had was like a Garmin Forerunner. I forget the exact model. I really liked it a lot. It was great. But then again, as I progressed with my running and got into ultra marathons, I wanted something with a little more battery power, which is how I wound up with the Phoenix 6X, which I love. That was an amazing watch. I had that for a couple years, and then eventually, as I got into multi-day ultra marathons, I decided to get my hands on the Enduro 2, which I absolutely love. The battery power is amazing on this thing. It lasts for days. Um, I actually ran the whole length of New Jersey last April from the lowest point of the state, the Cape May Lighthouse, all the way up to the highest point, the High Point Monument. It was 207 miles. I did that to raise money for my daughter's school, raised a little over $7,500 on my own, and it took me 4.5 days because it was a self-supported effort. So I was out there by myself in pouring rain for like 3 days. But this battery lasted me almost the entire way. I only had to give it a little charge once when I was out there. So it handled the whole event really, really well. However, that being said, the Enduro 2, it's amazing. I love it, but it has its limitations, especially for day-to-day usage, which I was really getting tired of. I can't text back on it. I have an Apple phone, of course, so Apple doesn't sync up too well with it. It doesn't allow you to text message or send pre-programmed messages that you can make through the Garmin messaging system. Android allows a little more usage, but it was just very limited to day-to-day functioning usage, which I really didn't like. So I recently, about a week, 2 weeks ago, I invested in the Ultra 3 from Apple. I can't be happier with this thing. I'm still going to use the Garmin, but this for day-to-day functioning, especially at work, being able to answer messages rather quickly and set timers and just notifications that I can respond to, it's really made my day-to-day life a lot easier. So check it out.